Getting yourself pre-approved to buy a house, wondering if there's a right way or a wrong way to do it? There certainly is. In this video, I'm going to give you insider tips on what you can do to make the most of your home loan pre-approval. Stay tuned. All right, Matt the Mortgage Guy, residential mortgage broker. I help people buy and refinance homes, anything 1 to 4 units. I have tens of thousands of buyers I've consulted. So when it comes to getting yourself pre-approved and going through that process, there's definitely a right way and a wrong way. In this video today, I'm going to talk about how to make the most of your pre-approval because you have a say in how much you get out of it. Before I jump into it, if you want to connect with me and my team, greatmortgagebroker.com. Fill out the quick form. We'll be in touch soon. If you want to connect with an agent in your area, that's easy. homeandmoney.com/Matt. Okay, so today's video I think is important. I think a lot of people probably do this incorrectly, or at the very least could do it better to get more out of a home loan pre-approval. So everybody's told you, oh, you're looking to buy a house and you need to get yourself pre-approved before you go out there and start shopping and putting in offers. All true, right? But once you find somebody and someone refers you a great broker like your boy, greatmortgagebroker.com, what do you do with that pre-approval? What can you do as a buyer, as a consumer to make the most out of it? I created a short list. I'm going to go through what I think is ways where you can really make the most of it, maximize your pre-approval. First and foremost, be thorough. Imagine you're going to an investment advisor who's going to plan your whole retirement, right? Biggest investment of your life, really important. And you're trying to get out of there in 3 minutes, right? What do you need from me? Here's what I make per year. Here's kind of what I want to, okay, I'm out of here, right? That's not how you would do it. You would sit down, you would try to give them as much information as possible, knowing that with the more information they have, the better they can put together a plan. The same thing goes for a home loan pre-approval. There's a lot of marketing out there, push button, get mortgage and make it simple and easy. Sure, we use technology to make the application process easy, uploading documents easy, but you want to be as thorough as your lender is on your side, expressing your goals, letting them know what's important to you. I want to put this much down. Here's a payment I'm looking for. All these things, and people get mixed up as well with their leaving out information about a job, about a debt, about something, right? The more we know, the better we can advise. So be thorough is good advice. And that leads into what I said about express your goals. Not just express your goals, but know your goals. What's the monthly payment that you're comfortable with? What's your total out of pocket that you're comfortable with? A lot of people, I think, just get the idea, I'm going to get myself pre-approved. I want to buy a house. And they don't even think about these things. So do yourself the favor. Think about these things. What's a comfortable monthly payment? I've got $74,000 total liquid funds in my account. Am I comfortable spending 50 of that, 55 of that, 60 of that? How much do you want to have left in a reserve account? How much do you want to have left in savings? All these things are relatively easy questions, but you want to know them and you want to express them. The more that you can deliver information and goals to a mortgage professional, the better they can advise you and put together a plan. So you being thorough, ideally you're working with somebody who's thorough, because the more work that's done up front, the more concise of a game plan, the more full of a loan package you have, the easier the loan process is. Anytime you hear about a nightmare loan process where things changed, went from approved to not approved, numbers, all the stuff was due to lack of preparation, either by the loan officer or the client, sometimes both, right? So be a well-prepared and organized client, work with a mortgage advisor who's also well-prepared, detail-oriented, and thorough, has a great team. You'll be set up for success. Third thing I have listed here is take the time to learn. Once you present all this stuff and a great loan team is able to present you with options. Here's what it looks like to do a 2-1 buy down. Here's what it looks like if we spend 1.5 points to buy down the rate or get that seller credit to buy down that rate. Maybe you want to take the par rate and we're going to use the credits to go towards prepaying property tax and insurance and some of the closing costs. So you bring less to close. As you're being presented with all this information, it's easy as a consumer to just take it all in and go, okay, I qualify for 575. That's what you said, right? And all the other information just disappears, right? Take the time to learn it a little bit. It is the largest purchase of your life for most people. It should be important enough to take a little bit of time to understand what is involved. And as a buyer, you're going to feel more comfortable. The education you get is going to empower you to go out there and make offers and feel comfortable with what you're getting into. You know, you're signing a 30-year loan, so it's no small deal. Okay. Fourth thing is communicate with the loan officer and the real estate agent. I think that's really important right now. I think that it's always important. And in some markets, it's even more important than others, that while you're out there looking at homes, while interest rates are changing, while your desires are changing, while you're learning things about maybe I want this and not that, maybe a higher price, a lower price, a condo, all this stuff you should communicate with your loan officer because it might change the advice that comes back to you. While you're communicating with the loan officer to figure out what's going on with the loan, you're also communicating with the realtor. You want to connect those two. Ideally, you've got a real estate agent and a loan officer who are working together in conjunction as a team. The consumer, the loan officer, and the realtor are all working together to find you a great home that fits all your needs from, you know, the real estate side, partnering that or pairing that with a great mortgage that fits into your financial plan. So communicate with loan officer and realtor both. Make sure they're communicating amongst each other and everybody's in alignment with your goals. One great way to make sure that you realize those goals. Use logic over emotion. This is another good point. And I see this happen all the time where rather than sit back and take a deep breath and look at it logically, I pay $2,400 a month in rent. I'm pre-approved, and I know that $2,650 is not going to stress me or stretch me. I'm going to have some tax benefit. There's other parts about home ownership I'm really excited about, and I've been able to save $1,500 a month, paying $2,400 a month in rent. So $2,650, no big deal. That is logical, and that is the game plan. All that. Some people walk through an open house, granite countertops, sparkly swimming pool, whatever it is. All that logic seems to melt away, right? And then it's just like, oh, $3,800 a month, no problem. I got this. $4,200 a month, I'll find a way to make it work. That's how you might get yourself in trouble. So try to, as much as you can, because real estate can be emotional. It's where you live. You're planning your future, all kinds of stuff where I get emotional about real estate, but try to be logic heavy, you know, and not so much emotion. Another thing is the 80-10-10 rule. I find a lot of people spend so much time scouring the earth for the perfect home and end up not buying something for 4 years, right? Because the perfect home probably doesn't exist. The 80-10-10 rule is something that I was taught long ago, and I really like it. You find a home that checks 80% of the boxes, 80% of the things that you're looking for, you know, important stuff like proximity to a school, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a front yard, whatever those things are that are like must-haves, right? 80% of it gets checked. 10% are things you can change. It's not the perfect kitchen, but you can do a remodel. Hey, I wish that, you know, it was a little bit lighter and brighter. Maybe you slap some paint on it and, you know, you can do things to change 10% of it. The other 10% you learn to live with. So 80% of what you're looking for, 10% you can change, and 10% you can learn to live with. That's the 80-10-10 rule. Last but not least, it goes along with this one as well. Don't get analysis paralysis. I have worked with so many people who were looking to buy a house in 2016. They analyzed every small detail. And while I'm telling you to be thorough, I'm telling you to know your numbers. I'm telling you to take the time to learn and educate yourself to a point, right? You don't have to get out 9 spreadsheets and calculate to the penny what type of, property taxes in this area and what your SMUD bill is going to look like and all this stuff. People will do that and not buy a house for 4, 5, 6 years, maybe never. You're missing out on a lot when you get analysis paralysis. And that goes for investors and people who are buying a primary residence alike. So quick rundown of what I went through. Be thorough when you're getting yourself pre-approved. And ideally, you're working with a lender who's also being thorough to make sure we're identifying any roadblocks that can come up on the loan process. So more thorough upfront, the smoother the loan process. Thousands and thousands of these things, I can tell you that's the truth. Express your goals and know your goals. It's easier to express what your goals are, what you're looking for, if you know them, right? So take the time to know them and then express them to your agent, to your loan officer, to everybody involved. Take the time to learn a little bit as your loan officer is sharing options and ideas and scenarios, and your real estate agent is talking about neighborhoods and all the other things. Take the time to take that in a little bit and educate yourself, learn a little bit. When you're educated, you're empowered to go out there and make good decisions. Communicate to the loan officer and the realtor any changes, any things that comes up. The more you communicate, the better. The more they communicate with each other, the better. Logic over emotion. That's one I went over that's important. The 80-10-10 rule, right? And finally, don't get analysis paralysis. Hopefully this was helpful. This should help you get the most out of your pre-approval. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and my team. GreatMortgageBroker.com. Fill out the form. Get in contact with us. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.